Hey, just getting rid of the gum. Can't do much talking with gum in my mouth. Okay, so check out my shirt. First uh, part of the tricep building process is to check out this shirt, Division Champs. So, a little story about this shirt is that Sean was wearing this shirt. So this is actually his shirt that he gave to me. He was wearing this shirt on a video on Instagram back in 2019, I think. And I always thought that he was kind of like this nerdy scientist guy, which he is, but I didn't know that there was a funny side to him. So, this video that he was doing was actually some hip rotation, some hip mobility work that he was doing, and he made a joke saying, um, "When I dip, you dip, we dip." So I don't know if you know that song, but it's the song where I can't remember if it's Blackstreet or who it was, but it's like when I put your hand up on my hip, when I dip, you dip, we dip. So anyway, the main reason why I'm telling you this story is actually because that was the first time that I thought that he actually had a sense of humor. I didn't know him more than just Sean from Booch and from the gym, but this shirt always reminds me of that time where I realized that Sean Slade is really actually kind of a witty, funny guy. He's not just a nerdy scientist. So that's the fun story about this shirt. So there you go. Hope you're having a nice day. It is a beautiful day out, so I wouldn't be surprised if you aren't on your computer and you are out hiking or doing something in nature, which would be really good for you. Sean has just finished his PhD on ecotherapy and nature connection, so he will be publishing, I believe, his PhD thesis and his paper into some sort of journal to describe how nature really affects your mood. Even during the pandemic, maybe you were one of those people who really needed to be outside, and instead of being cooped up inside, you went outside and you felt a lot better. That was probably one of the only winters where I'd seen people in Port Stanley outside, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, so he's finishing that. He officially has his PhD. He just has to do the revisions, and then he does his graduation. So that's exciting. So anyway, so there's a little tidbit of my life for you. We today are going to be talking about tricep strengthening. So that's it's actually a lot easier than you think. However, a lot of people don't have nice triceps. They have the flag. You know the flag? This is the flag. When you totally relax your arm and it jiggles all around. So even if you do have muscle, that happens too. So pretty much every person in this entire world has that. And yeah, so some basics around strengthening your triceps. If you have shoulders forward and you're always on your computer like this, you will have loose, no, you will have tight triceps and you'll have weak triceps. So if you're always on a computer doing this, then you probably won't be able to engage your triceps until you put your shoulders back and down like this. So what the tricep does is it extends the arm. So you can see that. It extends the arm. So that's when it's engaged, when you're doing that. But even if your shoulder's too far forward, it has a tough time engaging. So your shoulder actually has to be back and down, and then you can engage your tricep. So with that being said, the little trick that I'm going to show you today is that you need to relax everything that keeps your shoulders in a forward position so that you can bring the shoulders back and down and then be able to fully engage the tricep. So that is the key one of this is shoulders need to be back and down in order to engage and build your triceps. So I will help you to do that. We will do some stretches in accordance with that. And you also need to be able to relax your neck muscles. So when this comes forward, all these muscles get really tight too. So we'll do some neck strengthening and then we'll get into the tricep building. And this one is going to be easy at home, little workout that you can do. Um, yeah, at home. I'm not going to show you massive changes. Oh, get the 3 heads of the tricep because there are 3 heads, but I'm just going to show you how to bring your shoulders back and down and how to do something simply to get you results at home. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to do arm rolls. So and shoulder rolls. So I've done these before with you. So just shoulder rolls. Definitely you want to move back. This is good too, forward, but you definitely want to get your shoulders to be able to roll back. So we're trying to teach the body to bring everything back and down this way. Good. So that'll help relax your upper traps. Just getting some range of motion, some movement in those shoulders. Great. Ooh, I can't even tell my shoulders are a little bit tight doing that. Kind of tired almost, so just go forward. I was just doing it back. You really want to get that mobility in your shoulders, as I say too. So do that. If you feel like that's enough for you, move on with me. Arm rolls are important too, so just make sure you're not going to hit anything behind you. You can roll forward and you can roll back. So we'll roll forward first. This helps to get range of motion in that shoulder joint and to get the humerus relaxed too. So all the muscles attached to the humerus, which is that bone in your arm. So if the humerus is in the incorrect position in the joint, then we won't be able to engage the triceps easily and efficiently. So there you go. Ooh, I can feel some clunk clunk in there. Can you? Clunk clunk. Okay, now let's go backwards. Again, make sure you don't hit anything. Wow, way more clunk clunk in this one. But that's okay. That just means that there's some fascial adhesions in the arm and around the scapula. I found a mosquito. Oh, jeez. I hate bugs. They're so gross, but they're everywhere around here. Wow. Have you ever heard that saying, your workout, or your warm up is my workout? Yeah, that's how I feel. Excuse me. How I feel right now is my warm up is like a workout. Anyway, here we are. Doing it together. We all need more range of motion in our shoulders. That's the truth. Just moving so I don't keep hitting that. Yeah, so rotating the shoulders, make sure we have some good range of motion so that we can engage the triceps. So that's great. If you feel like you need a drink of water, then go ahead. I'm starting to feel a tickle in my throat. Okay. Backwards. Ooh, crunchy. How about you? That's very crunchy. So, if you don't know me, I have a bit of a high strung personality. I seem easygoing, but inside I'm like, okay, we gotta do stuff. And things gotta get done. Blah, blah, blah. And I decided that I should maybe reduce the amount of coffee that I'm drinking. I only started drinking coffee at 29 when I was doing fitness shows because I thought caffeine was good for you. I don't think it really is, but anyway. So I have reduced coffee and I'm trying not to drink any in the morning and just have a cold coffee in the afternoon. But I'll tell you, my motivation runs thin. Not motivated to do much, to tell you the honest truth. So it's quite embarrassing. So if I'm not speaking properly. That's probably why. So anyway, so yeah, arm circles are really great. Let's do some neck stretches. We've done these a few times before, so let's do them again. They're really great. I feel like these are the only stretches that can actually release the tight neck. So you're going to take your hand like this. Let's do right first. And you're going to sit on top of your hand like that. So it's going to go palm down. And then you're going to take your other hand and gently with your hand pull your head to the opposite side. So that is going to stretch all of these muscles in here, especially those scalene muscles, which are very deep to the other neck muscles. So this is going to relax the medial or the middle scalene. So remembering to hold for 15 to 30 seconds. And that will help you to relax your shoulders and your neck so that you can engage the tricep properly. And don't forget to do some deep breathing. Stretching is a lot easier when you're relaxed. Okay, so I'm still on my hand. If you're feeling numbness in your hand, just take your hand out, shake it out, and then sit back down the same way. The bum's going to go here. This is on the floor. And so now you're going to pull to the side, but then you're going to come forward. That might even be too much. Side, forward. So you're going to feel that stretch in the back part of your neck. So this will be really good. Even just for breathing, I find when anyone has to do any deep breathing, any fast breathing, I would say, like gulps of air, these neck muscles get really tight. Even when we were all wearing masks for a long time, all these muscles would have gotten tight on you. If you haven't stretched them out, the muscles may still be tight or the fascia is still tight. So do an assessment on your body and just feel them. What's going on here? Oh yeah, they're so tight. Okay. So just shake it off. And now I'm good on the hand, so I'm just going to keep it there. And then I'm going to pull to the back. Ooh, look at that one. So tight. So if these muscles in your neck stay tight, it's going to be really difficult to engage your triceps. Even engaging your biceps, to tell you the honest truth too. So the more you can stretch your neck and your shoulders and this area between shoulder and basically your skull, I suppose, that's going to be better for just posture in general, but then also for tricep engagement too. So you're doing great. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds. If you have any questions, let me know. Comment below. And I should say this too, all of these stretches are in my Total Fitness and Self-Love program, which is a do-it-yourself program, and I will link that down below. If you're interested in learning how to not only lose weight and keep it off, but also to get to know your body a lot better so that you have more autonomy and self-empowerment to not only know what your body needs, but to be able to stand up for yourself, to give yourself what you need. It is the ultimate freedom. I'm not gonna lie. Knowing what your body needs and not needing doctors and alternative healthcare people to tell you what you need, and you just doing it yourself, I'll tell you. To me, that's ultimate freedom right there. All right, let's stretch the other side. So left hand sitting on top, and then stretching just over to the side. That'll get the medial. But yeah, it's a great program. I've been working on it for about 10 years. It's everything that I've done in the last 10 years to not only lose weight, but to balance my physical body, balance my emotions, my mental health, and even get spiritual too, which isn't a huge part of this level. It's only level 1. But there will be more in the future, and so you can learn how to get deeper and connected with your inner being created by big old creator, which I call God. And yeah, so it's a great program. I have a few ladies doing the DIY right now. I also was doing one-on-one coaching with it and group coaching, which was going well. Nice to see everyone's progress and feeling a lot better about themselves. So that's great. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so you need to readjust, shake out your arm. Again, sitting on top here. This is on the floor. And so you're going to go to the side and then let's go to the front. So that'll stretch the back. How about you? Do you drink coffee? Do you drink tea? Do you rely on stimulants to get the job done throughout the day? Are you like me and you're kind of high strung and you go for the caffeine even though you don't need it? It's funny, even today I was thinking, is this how normal people or most people are supposed to feel? Kind of like motivated one day, not motivated the next. Don't need coffee to get the thing done. Am I okay with this? I don't know. I've been more high strung, more of an anxious person my whole life. And so not having that is a strange feeling and sensation. So we will see how this goes. Alright, shake it off. Ugh. One more time, sitting on your left. Over, and then we're going to go to the back. You can even see, again, all along here is getting stretched. This sternocleidomastoid muscle, and then down here into the scalenes. So those are really hard. The scalenes are, yeah, they get really tight if the shoulders are always up. And I find that we all have a lot of responsibility more lately than probably we ever have. And it's sometimes tough, and we carry that responsibility on our shoulders, and so it makes sense that there would be tightness and issues from the shoulders up the neck into the head, and then down the shoulders, down the arms, and into the hands. A lot of people like a hand massage because usually they're quite tense, and it typically stems from the shoulders. So relaxing the neck and the shoulders is always a good idea. I'll tell you, I just told you I haven't been drinking coffee in the mornings, and this stretching is really making me tired. It's making me, there's a mosquito. It was making me kind of want to go to bed. Can you tell the difference? I feel like my eyes have closed since the beginning of this video. Okay, so we did the shoulder rolls, we did arm rolls, and we relaxed the neck. So you can do some fascial work if you want. You can stretch out your biceps and your triceps. I feel like that's a good start, so let's just dive into the triceps. So triceps, they are on the back of your arm. So biceps are on the front. Here, triceps are on the back, and there's 3 heads. They attach from the scapula up here, and they go down the humerus and attach just above the olecranon or the elbow bone. So this is exactly everything that we are engaging right now. The more externally rotated your shoulders are, the easier you're going to be able to engage your triceps as well too. So everything that we just did helps you to open things up so that you can utilize your triceps a lot better. So we're just going to do one at a time. I have a 2-pound weight. You don't need weight. If you want, you can get a can of tomatoes or something if you want to add a bit of weight, but you don't have to. This is where the mind-body connection comes in. You're going to think with your head, your mind, where is my tricep and how am I going to engage it? So as I said before, it extends the arm. So you're going to think, okay, triceps here, and it extends the arm. If you want, you can even hold your tricep just to make sure that you're firing that properly. So yeah, I lean over just slightly to ensure that I'm I've got my shoulder back and down, and that I'm engaging that tricep. So I feel that right up here, you can see that is a horseshoe. So that's where I'm trying to engage right now. How's that feel? So let's just do about 10 of these, and let me know how that mind-body connection is going. Shoulders back and down, and engage that tricep. I'm so terrible at counting these. So you just do your own 10 count, and I'll kind of hover around 10. Yeah, that's great. I also don't listen to crazy music anymore. I don't need the pump up because I really want to tune into my body. I want to listen, and I want to hear what it's telling me. Okay, whoa, that felt great. Even just a little bit here. So that's going to help strengthen here so that you don't have that flag that I was showing before. And I'm paranoid with these mosquitoes. I always feel like they're trying to bite me. Suck my blood, it's gross. Okay, so I was doing some rolling, so I got some bruising here, but anyway. So yeah, same old, forward, and I'm gonna bring my shoulder back and down, and then I'm gonna engage that tricep. There you go. This one isn't as developed on me as the other one, because this shoulder is always more forward, especially when I'm getting massage. There you go. Do your count of 10. Again, I am not the best. Making sure that you extend all the way straight and that you're engaging here. So you should kind of start to see a little horseshoe here. You could feel that tricep right there. So this is what I do. I do this for my triceps, but I more specifically do that that stretching of my neck and shoulders to get more range of motion so that I can actually engage these muscles. Just doing our foot mosquitoes. Oh my gosh. It's so funny, we're talking to some of the builders who are working on our house right now, and we're talking about needles, and the guy's like, oh, I can't stand needles, they're so, they make me pass out and I get all queasy. And I'm like, hey man, mosquitoes are way worse. They're trying to suck your blood. At least giving blood or taking blood or whatever is for a good reason. That makes me laugh. Uh-oh. Connection difficulties. I hope you're still there. Anyway, maybe we'll shut her down quickly since it looks like my internet connection isn't the best. So anyway, triceps, all you gotta do, shoulder rolls, arm rolls, and relax your neck just by doing those stretches that we're doing. That not only helps you to engage your triceps better, it also brings your shoulders back and down so that you can engage the triceps a lot easier too, and you will have nice arms. Not that you want to look like a bodybuilder macho man, but when you're strong, you're empowered. So thanks. Gonna shut it down a bit early, so hopefully the internet connection didn't bother our live stream too much, and thanks for coming along with me, doing some stretches and helping me stay awake until I get my cold coffee in a couple minutes after this. You're the best. Talk to you soon. Bye.